Hey, YouTube. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's 6:43 here, so we quite a ways off. But what I thought I might do this year, let's let you guys get on first. What I thought I might do this year. Hi, Princess A, Elaine Berry, Miss Regina. I know y'all got plans for this evening. Your people are going to be going to various places and various sites online and offline. But I thought I might take a moment and try to go over this year in review, right? All the stuff is going on for me personally here on YouTube. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm trying to go over all the beefs of this year. So when you go to your, what do you call those things, playlist, there's only been 2 people ever made my playlist as far as me having a conversation with them over and over and over again. The first one was Walter Hampton. I have a playlist for him, and I believe that he's somewhere around 10 or 11 videos. Then, of course, I had the big one was Wilson, which was 69 videos I made concerning that dude. And now we have a new contender. But unfortunately, the playlist will only let you go back 7 months. My intention was to go back for the whole year, right? And cover the highlights, or at least the peeps, the people who I've gotten into it with. Let's see if it's all been legit. But they only let me go back 7 months. So I think that the Fire Monster might have topped Wilson this year. But unfortunately, we only have 7 months. So let's see. How y'all doing? Hi, Nikki. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, people. I ain't going to be before you long, said the lying preacher. Let's see what we can do. Okay, the year started off with, this is 7 months. This will be what? 5 months in. It started off, primarily thing was George Floyd. What dominated the news in the beginning of the year, right? I got to try to remember what happened before 7 months ago. George Floyd, and then there were several police situations with Black people and police. Breonna Taylor, was she in this year? The cop, Derek Chauvin. So I made several videos about the situation with George Floyd. And right after that, the whole country went into protests, right? We watched the cops being arrested, the whole thing. Let me see. So that took them about like 10 videos. Let's see where we start off with. Okay. Trying to figure out how to do this. 2 cops. 70-year-old cops. We went right from when they killed George Floyd into this massive protest, which covered the news. It was in the news for a long time, right? So I believe that's what took us all the way into April. There was George Floyd. There was Rayshard Brooks shooting. Okay. There was, I think Breonna Taylor is in this year as well. There was Atlanta cop. Okay. The Atlanta cop that shot the guy in the Wendy's parking lot. Let's talk up. Okay. All right. So that's what was going on in the beginning of the year. Around March, January, February, March. Around March is when I got the letter from that situation in Atlanta, right? So it went from that right into Atlanta. And at the same time, we were just starting with COVID-19. So maybe around February, they started talking about COVID-19. By April, it was beginning to be a pandemic. right? And we heard the story of 2 black men hung in California. Let me see. This is going to be too hard to do. So I'm going to skip through to just the beef that I had. First beef, Nicole Tyler. That's really bullshit, though, because I have been going with Wilson, got to be a year and a half. So let's pick it up with Atlanta. All right, we all went to Atlanta. There was some controversy because people felt like we should not be friends. We should not be friendly with each other. And in my opinion, the people who organized the thing, they allowed people to take their cell phones with them and to film after the taping was over. Seems like no one had no one liked the idea that we were being friendly with each other. So it charged much controversy, right? But I think I had a good time. I think most of the people there had a decent time, whatever. The bullshit didn't start until later on. So after we got back from Atlanta, all the beefing started, right? Or started up. At the time we went to Atlanta, I was still beefing with Wilson. But after the thing, we came back, it kind of calmed down for a month or so. And then we were back at it again. And at some point, these people, Wilson, that guy in New Mexico, Sean Bradley, decided it would be an amusing thing to do to start talking about my benefits and my personal life. And I got extremely angry about it. I got so angry about it that I cut ties with Jay Wilson. I said that I didn't want to beef with him anymore. I didn't want to communicate with him anymore. And I'm only mentioning his name now because this is what happened in this year. So the line for me was this thing that I'm writing about now is this doxing. I hated it. And when these people turned this thing on me, I can't express to you how angry I became. They seem to think I'm scared of somebody or something like that. But no, there's something that happens, people, as you get older. Maybe it's not a conscious thing where you make a big deal out of it, but as you get older, you really feel like you should have some kind of respect. Some kind of respect. People should treat you with respect, unless you have disrespected them, right? So for these people in here talking about doxing me, it just seemed like I can't even express it really. But Wilson seemed to think, then when I got angry and I expressed how angry this made me about this doxing thing, about you're going to call my social security and all this kind of shit. I tried to explain how angry that made me. And I think what I said was, if someone ever went into my personal life, my personal finance, my personal life, I would fly somewhere and kill them. Then he took that. Then one of his subscribers told him, oh, he said he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. And then he comes on there and says that I got to think about, I'm going to call the police tomorrow. Oh, yeah, maybe I better get an apology tonight and all this kind of shit, right? It made me so mad, right? That's what I mean about respect. I don't think most of these people even know what it was. But I just took that so personally. And then when I overheard a video, wait a minute. Yeah, so that was the end of it for me with Wilson, as far as I was concerned. I wanted nothing else to do with him. You talking about calling the police on me? You talking about going into my Social Security? You talking about looking into my housing? It was a bridge too far for me. So I wanted nothing else to do with him, right? Soon after that, I found out that this person, Jason, came on YouTube and announced that he was going to dox me. First, Wilson said, maybe somebody should dox you. The very next day, this Jason person came, I'm going to dox Timothy Blaine at a certain time, whatever. This is somebody I don't even know. I have no relationship to at all, right? I was livid. I cut all ties with them and all the people involved with them. Later on, when I found out that it was actually, he came on and said that Sean Bradley had made an arrangement with him that they were supposed to throw me off the show and Jason's supposed to take my place. Just the idea, if we go back to the respect thing, right? Because for you to contact me and ask me to fly to all the way across the country to participate in your project, and then you're going to go behind my back and then plot with some racist, some known racist about doxing my personal life, I just could not express how angry that made me. It made me sick. So we were definitely not going to have anything to do with this Jason person. And he was a hardened racist. He said horrible racist things. And then to see these black people sitting there trying to start a fight between me and this boy, when all I did was answer the call. You said you needed help. You needed somebody for this show. I just went. I felt like I was doing the right thing. I was helping you out, right? But my life was a little more to a joke to these people. So that ended the thing with Wilson after 70-something videos, a year and a half of bitching back and forth. And that Jason thing, that never happened. That never will happen. I have no interest in getting to anything with that person. You have to choose your own battles. I don't fight with racists. I don't have anything to do with them. Nothing. Okay, so the next beef was, I heard Nicole Tyler giving what I consider a very dated racial rant, talking about how the gays are wasting their sperm, how they going to hell. Oh, you got to, whatever. She was giving some racial rant, right? And I got upset and I went off on her. I went off on her so bad that even my own subscribers were saying, you went on her too hard. But I don't know why people think that that's cool. Is it okay for a white person coming here talking about niggers? I mean, is it ever all right? Is it okay for a straight woman to come here talking about faggots? It's not the way I see it. So that did not take on wheels. I think it went on for 3. Let me see. Nicole Tyler. The first one was Nicole Tyler, a homophobic rant. Okay. Then it went to Nicole Tyler, like arguing with the bowel movement. So I was still very angry with her and attacking her. And then I tried to explain and back off the people who I really didn't want to offend. So the third video with that was, why am I so different than the others? That I was making a point that so many people use the foul language, bitch, hoe, other words. Why was I being held to a different standard? That's what I needed to understand, right? And that pretty much was the end of the beef with Nicole Tyler. Now, I'm only looking at the things that happened between on my side. So I don't remember how many videos these other people have made or what they have said. I'm only aware of this, right? The next video was called, this is 6 months ago, The Dead Has Risen. Okay. The Dead Has Risen. Now, this video was my when I first got into it with this Fire Monster. Forgive me, people, you offended by the word Fire Monster, but that is my word. I enjoy it. The Fire Monster, I told her the same thing as I told Jay Wilson. And I don't see the video here where I said that both of those people were dead to me. I said Jay Wilson was dead to me, and Fire Monster was also dead to me because of some things that they had done, right? I was through with both of them, right? The Fire Monster, now, so you guys don't think I'm the bully. She refused to die. She came back over and over again, maybe 2 or 3 times, and she would not let it go with me. She still wanted to give commentary on me, and so then I started going back and forth with her. So now the Fire Monster is number 2. Jay Wilson, 69 videos on that boy. This girl, from what I've seen, let's see, hold on. I think I was 42, but that only represents 7 months of this year. I don't know if we were beefing before that or not, but she is right up there with him now. So it may be time for us to do another funeral. But I said the funeral, they're both dead. And I meant it. Oh, I meant it. I was through with those beefs. I wanted nothing to do with it. But she came back again. So we're going to see in a few minutes here some of the things she came back over. Okay, next thing was, oh, I missed Greenleaf. I reviewed the last season of Greenleaf. Okay, so there's some of that in there. Who is the next person? Oh, okay. So then we started getting into it with the one you call 5-8. Now, people, don't take this wrong. Don't think people are playing with your emotions or anything like that. But the way people make money on YouTube in the beef sector is by beefing with someone, right? So I don't think it was an accident that Defy Monster decided I will not die. She would provoke me and we would go back and forth. Because see, that is the content. I include myself in that same number. That is the content, right? So we started going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then some of her people, we'll get back to that in a minute because there are many things that happened before that. Now, there is lots of content in between that, particularly in the early parts of the year. I was reviewing that I was doing, there was a lot of violence against Black people by cops. So there's a lot of news type things. Plus, we were starting to deal with this Donald Trump disaster, right? Let me see. I did one called When Crackhead Trade Comes Back. Okay, that was a QB when his crack friend came back and tried to get his wallet, and he had to chase him down with a baseball bat and go to jail that night. Okay, he didn't respond to that. I don't know why he would find it particularly insulting or anything. We'll be back with him. We say, Madam, I'm talking loud. Did I put this one in? Wait a minute. Hold on. Madam, okay, we have one called, I think I'm talking about her. One called Madam Loudmouth, talking loud, but ain't saying nothing. Oh, okay. All right, let me take a break here for a minute. Y'all still with me? Hey, where you at? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, people? Well, we're just putting a cap on this X year and going into the new year. Happy New Year, people. Let's do something a little different. I wanted to do this. I'm going to go to my, because a lot of people don't understand. Let's go to my page. And I want to go to my playlist. And I want to go to, since the Jay Wilson beef was over now, completely over. There's been hardly any mention by either one of us since then. The Fire Monster decided I would be good for her channel. So what I'm doing now is I just want to go and see. Hold on a minute. I want to go and see follow that beef. So you will see that it's not all my fault. Okay. Go to the playlist. I made this playlist today. So she is now a part of the what do they call it when you have like the top beefs? There's only two of them on there. Walter Lee and then Jay Wilson and now her. I'm supposed to open it up. That's what I'm supposed to do. Come on in the room. Yeah. Come on in the Shut up, boy. Well, Jesus is mine. I can't get to my damn. Oh, Lord. People, stay young forever. Don't be getting old. You got to deal with this shit. I'm trying to get to my playlist and I can't do it. All right, I can't do it. Italics, go to your playlist. I don't know how to access it. Anyway. Screw that. Playlist. There they are. All right. Playlist is called The Fire Monster. Let's go from the very beginning of it. I don't want no talking. Be quiet, Blaine. Okay. We're just going to go through the titles. You see how this thing built. This all seems pretty recent. It's only 6 months back, right? Interior Design 101. Fire Babe. It's got to be said. So I started going in on her interiors at that point. Next one was Madam Loudmouth, talking loud but ain't saying nothing. That was number 41. I ain't gonna sit here and say 41 of these. Fire Monster is now hiring. Oh, these are the recent ones. Fire Monster is, I just did that a couple days ago. No, we ain't going there. Okay, what I have here was Wiley assaulted in Orlando. Who's in charge of the girls? Here we go again. Everybody is a damn pedo. You know, she always liked to talk about her child and talk about calling everybody, particularly everybody gay, a pedophile. That was her stick for most of the year. Everybody was a pedophile. They all wanted her daughter, but she never explained how all these gay people would want a female child. She called quite a few of them pedophile. She would have went there with me. I probably would have flew to Chicago or wanted to. Anyway, the Fire Monster cometh. Here is my answer. The nerve of that stinking thing in Chicago. Gloves off. This one started getting serious. Then let's talk man to Fire Monster. Fication question mark. We started talking about the money. Was it fake Gucci or the line about what it was? That was her beef with Tracy D. Fire Monster 7-hour demonetized rant. Reaction. Were titties shaking or no? Who's lying? So the Fire Monster didn't know why Tracy D's hair wasn't. Okay, that's all I can see. Run that woman her money back. Okay, this is when I started getting into it with Sean Bradley. Run that woman her money back. That's where we're going to stop with her for a while. Remember, there are 42 videos about her. I went on there to Sean Bradley. I thought we were all cool. We just returned from this extensive trip to Atlanta where we all got along, right? So I went on there. I was still angry at the Fire Monster because she said some pretty nasty things to me. And I'm sure I say some pretty nasty things to her. Point is, we were in beef, right? So I wandered over there to Sean Bradley's channel one night. And I said, run that woman her money back. The nerve. So my thing was she took Regina's money and wouldn't give her a refund. And we'll get to that because there's been more breaking news on that subject tonight. Those people came in there, yelled that what's it called? The one that just got in trouble? Whatever. The one that just got in trouble with lying about the dead guy. Her. And then they had Michurish on there. And they had that D. Ramsey on. All of them yelling and screaming at me. And the Leo, the lion is queen. They all attacked my ass because I thought the girl should. I made the point that the girl should simply give this girl a refund that she was asking for. And the Fire Monster already agreed to do it because she knew it was wrong. As it turned out, someone in Fire Monster's chat, they paid the woman back. So Fire Monster never did really suffer there because these people, these enablers of her, paid the woman. At least Regina got her money back. So we let that one go, right? You talk too much. You never shut up. Fire Monster at Fire Monster. Breaking news. Fire Monster is trending. God knows what that was about. Chi-Town snitch. This is when she was always talking about calling the police on somebody. Calling the police on Tracy D's family. Calling the police on Tracy. Calling the police. I never heard of so much calling the police. So we talked about that a while. Broken nails, assaults, terrorist threats. That was another one of hers. That's when she ran down to the man one of the crackheads knocked on her door and said, "Can I come up?" And she went down and she came back. She was bragging, look what I did. I bet he won't come over here no more. So the man asks, can he come up? And she goes down and I guess scratched him in the face enough to break her nails. And she comes back and she wants to brag about that. The time has come for intervention, Fire Monster. This is where the Bayan was born. Or this is at least where the issue of the drugs was brought up by me. Intervention. Then she said 3 closeted lesbians, which none of them were lesbians. Fire Monster is a lesbian. She gonna call out these women. I won't even say their names in case someone takes it the wrong way. She accused all these women of being in the closet. They all lesbians. It was a lie. A lie she didn't mind telling. What about the accusations, Fire Monster? Fire Monster running their mouth. Okay. So where was I at? I was talking about the time that I was speaking up for the woman, Regina. I didn't know Regina, but I thought what they were doing to that woman was wrong. And then they were all ganging up on her. See, for some reason, these people in Club Chat and these people over there with the Fire Monster, Firecation, she call them, or Babe Nation, she calls them, they always feel like they have to gang up on people, right? They're like these videos you see on YouTube where all these youngsters go and gang up on one person, beat the hell out of one person. That is their attitude, right? So they ganged up on me about the Regina issue, and I was able to identify who the other enemies were. So then I went over there. I said, that was kind of cold. I mean, what the hell they calling me all kind of bitches and hoes for? So I went over there to their chat. I mean, this StreamYard thing is relatively new, right? But I am a YouTuber as well. So I should feel free enough to be able to use it like anybody else. They didn't tell me that I was not welcome in their chat. But when I came over there, I told Sean Bradley, I came back over there, I told Sean Bradley, I said, Sean Bradley, why are you allowing these people to do this? I mean, they're trying to start discord between us. I have avoided getting into it with you. I understand you're trying to do the show. And I said, so, I mean, why are they attacking me? You are allowing it? And he said, I said, why are your people attacking me? He said, your people? Well, what you mean, your people? Like he was turning on me. Now, this Negro has sent me an invite to Atlanta, Georgia. I have went there. These people have got him twisted. They got it mixed up. They think me going to volunteer for you in a whole different part of the country for your project is somehow you helping me. I still can't figure that out. I don't know why you're helping me. I came and did your project for free. Isn't that me helping you? So he flipped on me and turned on me. And soon after that, I was on the trail of this damn Atlanta Gate. Show. Then, out of the blue, the other monsters started attacking me. The other monsters, D. Ramsey, and that other thing. What's the other one? That little thing. Leo the Lion's Monster. They both make videos about me, right? They're so offended because for some reason there's something sick over there, and they feel like whoever attacks Sean they have to fight with them too, and they got to fight with everybody in Babe Nation, and they all got to have a comment. They all got to fight, turn against that person. Like we're not all black people. They got to turn. Oh, you got to protect the king. I can't understand what makes him a king of something. Anyway, let's see. Can we get back to that thing now? Let me go and check in with my daughters and see if I haven't run them all away with my boring ass year. Hi, babies. Hi. Okay. Y'all remember any of this stuff? Positive vibes only. Not over here. Nappy Child, you got to be kidding. Ain't no positive vibes over here, girl. Come on. This is the beef sector, honey. I have never understood why people watch someone who they don't like. That's what this is, baby. Sean, I hope you're not another. You're a girl, Sean. Okay. Sean says she's talking to Nappy Child. I have never understood why people watch someone who they do not. They're different. There are different levels of like, right? Like I don't like Jay Wilson. I don't watch his videos anymore, but I played that game for a long, long, long time, right? Because we play a game of I don't like you, you don't like me. We beef. I mean, that is really essentially the only content. If something happens in the news, we may talk about that a little bit, right? But it's a good big part of this thing is people arguing back and forth. So they start beefs. Now, it stayed relatively kind with Wilson and I for a while. When they started getting into this beef thing is when I kind of lost it. I want no parts of it. I didn't find it funny. I didn't find it challenging. It's not challenging to me because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that under any conditions. I'm never going to call the police on people unless they stab me in the eye or something, right? So I can't play that game with you, calling people, trying to get people to lose their housing, lose their benefits, lose their job, just trying to embarrass people. I don't do all that shit. All I do is talk. So if you can't beef just by talking, I want nothing to do with it. We are talking about your troll, my troll. We're talking about everybody I beef with this year. We're going through the beefs and see if there's any validity to them. Okay. All right. So now Sean and I have fallen out. I have broken my DNA or A&D DNA NDA. I've broken that. I no longer care. I don't give a shit. I feel like I was disrespected. If you're going to disrespect me, I have no respect for you. That's the way it is with me, honey. So since you're talking about what people, who are you talking about? You people, girl. Since you couldn't stand up to your people and tell them to leave me the fuck alone because all I was doing was making a valid point about goddamn refund, had nothing to do with any of these people. It all belonged to 5A. She had collected $20,000 and she can't give back $200. Anyway, I gotta try to stay on track here. Y'all still here with me? Okay, I'm gonna go back into my adventure again. Okay. Okay. Now I don't even remember how the hell you get to your oh, wait a minute. God damn it. I forgot already. I have forgotten already. I think you got to go back to your page. You got to go back to your channel. You got to go to your playlist. You got to go down to the Fire Monster. And you got to pick it up there. It's not all about the Fire Monster. There were several beefs here, honey. It ain't all about her. Where were we at? Okay. So where did I start? Down the bottom? Okay. Start at the top. Okay. So then I had to go off with this child, leader of the Lions Queen, who I refused to beef with her. She's only clout chasing. And this whole thing is about absolutely disrespecting you. So I don't find her interesting. So our beef lasted, I think, 3 videos. And that was it. I was done with that. I saw what she was up to. And this other thing, this D Ramsey, she jumps in anytime anything has to do with Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley is a 40-year-old gay dude. Why she feels like she needs to jump in every time that boy has a problem with somebody instead of letting him fight his own damn battles, I will never understand. They're both like that. The D Ramsey and the Leo, the Lioness Monster. Now those people, they need psychiatry. They need psychiatry. You are women. And you mean tell me you got to protect a 40-year-old man? If a man has a dispute, it probably wouldn't have went no more than a video or two. Just talk for yourself. Why do they need you? But they always jump in. So I had to do my best to chop their heads off quickly because I wasn't going to get into any beef with these people with these small ass numbers who only want to use you for clout. Now, at least Fire Monster was a worthy adversary. She could give it and take it. Them people, they were just nasty people. Right? Okay. I still can't figure out how to get back to my stuff. God damn it, I hate that shit. I hate that shit when I can't. Oh, it's on the side. Okay. There they are. Okay. So did I go? The nerve of that stinking thing in Chicago, gloves off. That's when it started turning nasty. I invited her to fight woman to woman or man to man, because every time someone of opposite sex got into it with her, she would end up with, I'm a woman. How can you say that to a woman? So I tried to figure out how we could do this then. How could we have a discussion without you running the back to you a woman? She didn't want me to be a woman. I said, oh, I put a wig on and everything. Then the next beef. So we know 5 months has gone on. I think that thing is about ready to run its course. The next thing, QB of the Midwest. We had the same type situation there. The same type situation with people jumping their ass into other people's beefs. See, 5 Monster, she loves that. She likes to play the role of a woman, and she got to be protected and all that kind of bullshit. She ain't used to dealing with all these gay men here where we treat each other as equals. Males can fight with females. Females can fight with males. That's just the way it is. So she loves other people taking up for her. So this is another situation we have. The 5 Monster, she made a 12-part series on James Caldwell, right? She thought she was really doing it. She was uncovering whatever she considered to be the darkest parts of his history in his life. Basically, the man told the truth. We all got a story, people. Y'all not white women. Stop pretending. We all got a story. But they said she's going to go into his book, try to find things to embarrass him about his family, right? Was it 3 weeks later? All of a sudden now QB wants to get my book. And he wants to go all through my book, and he wants to try to review every chapter. Now, the boy is enjoying. He knows it's a good book. I already know it. I've already gotten the reviews, honey. He wants to go all the way through my book, right? And then at the end of that thing, this is for 5 Monster, because I have no beef with this boy. I don't even know him. Only time I ever reviewed anything is when that dude came in there and snatched her purse. That was news for the day. That was it, right? He's trying to call himself sticking up for her. And he going to go in there and how many chapters was my book? 9 chapters. So he makes 9 videos at my expense. He spends his $15 for the book. He spends his $15 for books, and then he makes 9 videos on my life story and my life struggles and my deliverance. Oh, my spiritual journey was a joke to him. It's all jokeable. But the thing that he doesn't acknowledge is he is a drug addict. So if anybody on here who needs to read the book seriously, it is him. But at the end of this book, he tells them all through it, he's going to burn it at the end. He takes lighter fluid, pours it all over the pages of my book, and burns it. Now, what is that supposed to prove exactly? It's your book. Why are you trying to burn my life? I took it extremely personally, but I didn't respond right away. So that was another 5 videos about the QB Monster, who is going here doing the bidding of the 5 Monster. He thought he was really being clever. But see, the QB, he ain't all that bright. He ain't all that bright. Because see, I'm going to be a thorn in his ass probably for the rest of his life. But he thought it was so cute. Oh, 5 Monster, look what I did for you. Look what I did, Damien. It's for you. Whee! QB! Whee! Woof. That boy's an idiot, and I ain't hardly through with that. See, it all comes down to just respect. And they have none. Where were we at then? So that's when that was about 5 videos, the QB of the Midwest. We're going through all the beefs of this year. Next beef was with ZT, that little skinny guy. ZT. He went on there and he said disparaging things about me. And I must admit, many other YouTubers all in the same video, which told me that she was clout chasing. She's trying to get some of these people to come back at her. And she succeeded. She got about almost all of them to come back at her, chop her head off. So let me go chop her head off too. So that was a beef that I was also not willing to engage in very much. So I think that ended in about 3 videos, right? He came in, he told me that he wished death upon me. Now I got one of these monsters burning my book to try to humiliate me by burning my work, my life's work and my life. Then I got this other thing, and he wished death on me. He wants statues to fall on my head, and they would uncover my dead body under broken statues and all this kind of shit, right? So we had to go in there and get her. But once again, we are not dealing with that. These people are so far beneath. We ain't having no extended beefs with these people. So really, to be having extended beef with somebody is really very flattering. It's saying to you that I consider you to be a worthy adversary. Some of these people, you're not going to waste your time on them, honey. They're not worth it. They're fishing, trying to catch you and pull you in. They would love to have a beef that went on for 60 and 70 videos. They would love that, but they can't hold anybody's interest. They can't read. They're childish people, and they have no respect. So if I don't respect you, I'm just not going to do anything with you at all. Not going to have anything to do with it. Right? Wilson and his Spy Monster, and even Walter Lee Hampton, they were worthy adversaries. Now, Walter never responded. That was a couple of years back. But Wilson and his Spy Monster, I could go back and forth with them without us trying to kill each other. Like that Jason person, he said one video, and I was ready to hurt him. So I can't get myself in those kind of situations. Anyway, who was that? That was ZT Monster. So we had to go and check her real good. And that beef went on for just 2 or 3 videos. I already told you about D. Ramsey and the Lioness Queen. They don't even fight for themselves. They're just Sean Bradley's do-girls or flunkies or whatever. They say they bottom hoes. They say we bottom hoes. We bottom bitches. Proud of it. Happy. Girl. Is that the pimp you would walk into the club with? That ain't no Pretty Tony, honey. That's what it is. They all need psychiatric help. Okay, here's a beef next that I didn't really even understand. Heidi Fly. Now, Heidi Fly, I barely knew about her before we went to Atlanta. But in Atlanta, I was very impressed by her. I thought she looked so good. I mean, her style, seeing it in person was so much different than just seeing in the window. You know what I mean? In the window, always seeing is really the face, the makeup, the hair kind of thing. But she had the body, everything, the boots, all the way up to the details of nails. She was just a very polished type look. And I was impressed with her. And she was very nice to me. So when we got back from Atlanta, I was amazed when she started coming on making videos about me and saying I had on old clothes and old shoes and what else she said about me? I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I said, Heidi, what did I do to you? But this was her stick. And I wouldn't have minded if it was truth. If there was any truth in it at all. But it was all a lie because everything I had on was brand new. Heidi is a high fashion type girl. So I'm sure that she considers the type of clothing that I would wear to be trash. It ain't going to be nothing but a t-shirt or button-up shirt, honey. It wasn't nothing special about it. But the point is, it was new. And she lied. So Heidi and I have patched it up. We're no longer beefing. We came kind of hard. I think that thing ended up being like 5 videos. Right. But I think we're cool now. We have no real beef. Next one. This is the last one we're going to cover before we wrap it up. The Rebel Son. People, grow some balls, would you? Okay. The Rebel Son was another one of these ones who felt like after they were invited to that show, and he was invited to the show because there was nobody else to invite, honey. I mean, let's face it. Everybody had backed out. People were saying they're not going to no damn corona invested environment and all this kind of stuff. So he felt like he got chosen. But he got chosen like 5th or 6th string Rebel Son. So he feels like since I had something to say about Sean Bradley, that he had to go chime in. So I stumbled into one of his videos where he was in there just chopping my ass up. I said, God damn, what's wrong with these people? Why are you trying to make me your enemy, boy? This is not something that you want. I gave him some warning shots. I gave him an opportunity to apologize. But the rebel son said, no, I'm going to talk about you and your grills and what else he talk about, whatever. So I had to go over there and beef with Rebel Son. That one lasted only 3 videos. Okay, people, so we have a clear winner here for the year of 2020. The clear winner is the Fire Monster. She was the primary beef. Now, many times I've said I have had enough of the Fire Monster. I will say, no, anytime her face come on, don't watch her videos. Block her. I'm still not subscribed to her. I still go in there. I can't resist. Stop, boy. But she is the clear winner. 42 videos for her this year. And that's only including 7 months. That was the primary beef. And I know people, they get burnt out. They say, well, are you going to talk about her again? Talk about, well, what is she doing? Baby, every video I make, she makes one. Every video she makes, I make one. Girl, y'all got to realize what this game is, right? You can't have a reality show if you don't have no reality stars. And she definitely considered herself to be a star. Okay, here's how we're going to wrap it up. I'm glad y'all stayed with me. Thank you so much. That made me feel good. It's so, if I feel like if I click back onto my screen, everybody would have left. Oh, he talking about that woman again, all that kind of stuff. Thank you for showing up. So tonight, I was listening to the Fire Monster again. Y'all heard what I said. I can't resist. She come on. Maybe that's her art. Maybe that's her talent, honey, is bringing these people in. Because she fights with like 6, 7 people at a time. I usually have 1. She has 6 and 7 at a time that she fights with. And she always puts them in her videos. So she wanted to keep it moving, honey. Anyway, she came on tonight and she said, a fire occasion, I've decided I'm going to refund you. I'm going to refund all of you. If you have a red flag, I'm refunding you. We've been talking all year about her refunding people back their money. And I know I had a lot to do with spearheading a lot of that questioning about the money. That's where I had to attack her. She attacked me everywhere on my body. I had to go for the jugular because it was disturbing for me. Right? Some of her shenanigans. She said tonight, I'm giving you back all your money. I said, well, good for you, Fire Monster. It takes a big woman to come on here and say I was wrong. I was wrong. She said, I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm going to give you back all your money, right? I said, that takes a big girl. And good for you, the Fire Monster. I'm not going to make no video about you today, right? But I continued to listen as I was doing some dusting. By the end of the video, this was only 19 minutes. By the end of the video, she said, oh, I want to thank all the people, all the 5K, the 5 babe, what do you call them? The babe nation. I want to thank all of y'all who said that you're going to pay for the refunds. So, girl, you still ain't doing right. So she said that there were several people in the Babe Nation who said, oh, 5 babe, you're not going to pay nothing back. We're going to give you, we're going to take 4. This was going to take 5. And these people, these crazy ass people in Babe Nation are actually going to do the refunds from this woman who has blown all that money that they sent her, $20,000. Are they going to give her $20,000? There'll be a lot of them that will say, oh, no, don't worry. Keep it, girl. Keep it. We feel for you, Fire Monster. We feel for you. She has got these people not only buying her presents, her kid presents, supporting her every night, giving her super chat after money every night, $5,000 for the birthday, thousands and thousands. She now is going to let them pay for her faux. She is the one who stole the money and spent the money. And now they are going to cover it. So they all going to be sending each other the refund. So she really, If you really want to hear our views, she hasn't done nothing. I couldn't believe it. I said, okay, Fire Monster, you're still the same Fire Monster. Now, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, she came on and said she's leaving the beef sector. She said she's getting somebody else to do the news from the Babe Nation. She said this and she said that. She don't want to be bothered with this bullshit no more, right? Yesterday, 1 day later, she come on, oh, I changed my mind. I'm going to still do the news. Maybe she took that last thing that I gave her about responsibility. I ain't never going to leave the news. I'm going to do the news. I can't find nobody to do it. So apparently one of her moderators has done went apeshit on her. This was the name that was floated, was going to take her place in the news, right? In 1 day, whatever their dispute was, or their situation was, in 1 day, this woman was no longer, she came on and made a video saying this woman was no longer a part of Babe Nation. They must not agree on the path for the show. Then the woman went off on her, right? And she said a video, she got moderators meeting, all moderators come in, we're meeting. She came on and she made a 1 minute and 37-second video saying that woman was no longer a part of Babe Nation. 1 day she switched reels. Now she said she has finished her website. Give us the address, Fire Monster, as we start 2021. Decisions, just like Donald Trump. Decisions that only last until she get out of the camera. Decisions she don't even remember because she's high as a kite. But we want to give it to her. She has been a worthy adversary for 2020. I heard she changed her mind. She did change her mind, child. Miss Fire Monster says, I will be doing the news, honey, and nobody else is worthy. After she came on and she said that she had searched for somebody in Babe Nation to do the news, right? She had searched and searched and searched, and it's useless. It's worthless. There's no way. Nobody can do it like me, right? 1 day. She searched 1 day for somebody to do the Babe Nation. What happened was that high came down and the new high was born. And in the new high, I'll never leave. I'm gonna, nobody can stand in my shoes. All this shit in 1 day. You see the wishy-washiness? So my advice to you people in Babe Nation. She says she's going to have other Babe, y'all going to pay each other back and all that. Get your money. Get your money, honey. Don't play with this thing because tomorrow it'll be a whole different story. Right? Because she said, like she said to Tracy D, I ain't giving them shit. She ain't did nothing tonight. She came on like she was doing some great thing. She's just a middle woman. Her people, and babe, they're going to pay each other back the money from her mistake and her theft. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Maybe these are a bunch of battered women or something. And they're just used to bowing down to somebody. Just give us a king. Give us a king or a queen or a Fire Monster. That's been it for me, people. What are you guys going to do for New Year's Eve? I haven't drank in damn near 40 years. When I started doing dope, I stopped drinking. So that left me back in 1986 or something like that. So New Year's has never been a big deal for me because one thing you don't want to be is clean and sober in a crowd of drunk people who continually repeat themselves, who smell like booze. Well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you don't drink, I ain't been in them bars in years. So it's no big deal for me to give up. I'm not giving up anything really. But I know a lot of y'all are used to going to the club. Y'all used to partying. What you going to do? I know there's going to be several people on here probably all night on YouTube. But maybe this is the way our life is right now. You know, virtual thing is a very real. I mean, they predicted it back in the 50s, right? People be living through machines and all that. So y'all can watch Anderson Cooper. Now, let me ask you this other question. This ain't got nothing to do with it, right? A friend of mine called me last night, and he said, "Did you get your check?" So apparently, many people are already getting these $600 checks. So I would advise you to check your bank, because some people and then several other people have said they've gotten their checks already. So as soon as they signed it into law, the checks went out immediately. I haven't got anything yet, but I'm hopeful because I did get the last one. But I believe that probably that $2,000 thing, that's something that's going to have to be in Biden's administration. They're just jacking us around right now, people. We ain't getting those $2,000. Or why would they go ahead and send the $600? So if you don't got it, I got mine. Okay. Dandra, Jameson. Who else got theirs? Who else got their 600? Their stimuli. Them people are gonna pay. They ain't did nothing wrong. Why the hell they paying? Oh Lord. Let me stop. Like I said, that girl's the gift that keeps on giving. You can go on every day, honey. Can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid. The idiots from the crack nation are going to still shower her with money. It's amazing. It's amazing. You've been ripped off for 200. So now you're going to take another 200 and pay somebody else who got ripped off for 200. She has gotten, what is she taking accolades for and bows? Girl, you ain't did nothing. You still ain't gave up nothing. Rich content. Pettyville for New Year's. Okay, Pettyville. Okay, that's Brianna. For New Year's, since I can't go out. Okay, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go through everywhere. I'll be stopping through. Maybe stopping through these some of these stream yards too. Got mine today. Okay. Puma got theirs. Okay, they're coming then, honey. That's 2. 3. Okay, Sean got yours too. I didn't get mine yet. Okay, I got mine the second week last time. Okay. It's coming, Sean. I'm pretty sure if you got it last time, they're using the same standards. So you got it last time, you're gonna get it this time. I mean, why would they give it to you one time and not give it to you the next time, right? So y'all might have y'all some New Year's money. But don't be counting on that 2,000. I think that's something they're gonna. I mean, it may come up again, but it'll be coming up with Biden because they're not finished. They know this is just a pittance. They're trying to give you some holiday money. Didn't quite make it. Check those bank accounts though, honey. I sure check mine. Direct deposit. Mm-hmm. What else is going on? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yolanda is Yolanda. Y'all can get y'all a bottle of booze and stay home, though, I guess. Oh, please. You got that right, Sean. Georgia, please vote. Every single vote. I mean, it's going to make all the difference in the world. If they keep the Senate, it all depends on one vote. 2, but 2. If they keep the Senate, they're going to tie up everything. It's like Barack Obama's second term. He couldn't get hardly anything done. That's what they're going to do. They're going to filibuster everything. So if that thing can happen, that miracle can happen, we can get both of those votes, then at least Biden will have a chance to run the country. Right. If not, very little is going to get done. That stupid ass Trump, he didn't get anything done with the damn Senate. He spent almost his whole damn term in impeachment and investigations and trying to cover shit up and fire people. McConnell, ain't he tired, ready to retire? He looks like an old turtle, don't he? Picture Mitch McConnell's head coming through a turtle shell. He just get lost, honey. He sit up there. He's not even a good Republican. They sit up there and they let Donald Trump just take over the whole fucking government. Just backed his ass up on every little stupid ass thing. And now he still refuses to say anything against Trump. Scared little bitches. You should have tried to reserve some respect for the Republican Party. Trump got them all like lapdogs, honey. You would do what I say. Did he ever even fill up the positions in the White House? I don't think he ever filled up the positions that should have been filled up the first month in the White House. 4 years, he never filled them up. And all the people, mostly he fired people. So all the people in there, they're all acting this. I'm acting that. I mean, they don't have a job. They're just holding that position until he finds somebody. He never found anybody. Completely, totally incompetent. Loser. Hi, Elaine Berry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I don't know who you guys talking about, Dana. He's just a pimp, a Trump pimp, a mess, almost 80 years old. Go sit your ass down somewhere. That's what he should be doing. Sit your ass down somewhere. Try to figure out a way that you might leave your family a few dollars, because you're going to have to dig a whole lot of digging just to get out of the hole you done dug for yourself. And believe me, people, listen to me. I know I've said it before. I've said it over and over again. That man is going to be investigated for the rest of his life. These people have got to figure out how Trump profited from being a president. He has had not a charitable bone in his body. He has never done anything for the people. He ain't never did shit for anybody but himself. Trump is somehow getting paid. You can believe that. So he's going to be under investigation after investigation after investigation. They're going to find all the ways that he funneled money into his own company. And that Kushner, his company was failing, as I believe, according to the Netflix documentary. Rich mister. No, that man, his poor wife got to lay down with that thing every day. Ugh. Republicans look stupid and weak. They look like little, he just pushed them all around. I wouldn't be surprised. They say that Trump, one of Trump's little fetishes was he liked to have sex with his employees' wives. Now, I don't know how true it is or nothing. They said when he was in business, his thing was to humiliate men by having sex with their wives. Right? So I wouldn't be surprised at anything that Trump has made them do. Did it? McConnell, go in the middle of the room and pull your pants down. Yes, Mr. Trump. Yes. Y'all remember he used to go in there in the board meetings? Would you like to say anything about the great Trump? Mr. Pence, he got brown shit all over his nose, you know. Oh, Mr. Trump, it's the greatest administration in the world under your great leadership. And they would all go around, each one of the senators kissing his ass. And he ain't did a goddamn thing. Disgusting. The worst president in American history. I'm sure he's going to wear that in almost every publication. They're going to compare him to whatever the worst was. He is worse than them. So yes, he won. He won the worst president in American history. A laughingstock for the whole world. He was always worried about everybody laughing at us. Oh, they're gonna laugh at us. They're all making fun of us because they're getting more money. They get more money. They are all laughing at us. All right, Trump. Guess why? Yolanda is Yolanda. Oh, I'm sure that she doesn't even share the same wing with that, and definitely not a bed. Oh no, she didn't want to share the White House. You remember how much she resisted going to the White House? She stayed in New York. And rumor has it she intends to go back to New York. She wants to go back to being a glamorous socialite. The plan is she go back to New York and he goes and moves in Mar-a-Lago. Now, what kind of Mar-a-Lago? What kind of a marriage is that? She lives in New York and he lives in Florida. I'm sure that she likes that just fine. And I'm sure they probably renegotiated her prenup. I don't know if she's agreed to stay with him X amount of years after the presidency, but they weren't going to have him break up in the White House, were they? She ain't touched that fool in years. He wants something younger with bigger tits. Oh, I think he did buy her a set. It was Hoover. Now it's 45. J. Edgar Hoover was the worst. Okay. That's before my time. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't really paying attention to, well, I would say when Clinton ran, I was starting to pay attention, but I was an active drug addict at the time. Most of my time was in prison, watching the prison TV. And they weren't that interested in politics. Sorry. So when Obama got ran, now that was exciting. That was exciting. And this time we got Kamala Harris. That's great. That's going to put her on the frontier for being the first black woman president. Right? I have a feeling she's going to be very active. He's going to really use her because Biden knows what it is to be a vice president. Happy New Year. Hi, Brianna. Aren't you supposed to be preparing for the party? Brianna Simone Pettyville. Happy New Year's. I'll be dropping by your house later. Is it later? It's almost 8 o'clock here. So in the East Coast, what that'll be? That'll be almost midnight, right? Well, it'll be 10 o'clock anyway. 10, 11 o'clock. Herbert Clark Hoover. Okay. Herbert Clark Hoover. Oh, you smart. Okay. Was an American politician, businessman, engineer who served as president, early first. But okay. Thank you, Nappy Child. I always think of bad presidents. I always think of Nixon because I can remember that. No, you're talking about two different Hoovers, Sean. Nappy Child just broke it down. Herbert Clark Hoover. The Hoover you're talking about, the FBI, he was J. Edgar Hoover. And he was also homosexual. When he said, I moved on her like a bitch, that was something. Yes, that was his thing, honey. Trump believed that he could do whatever the hell he wanted to do. So the ultimate for him was to fuck your wife. That's bad. They're drug dealers like that. I know just that mentality. Yeah, people, I dealt in the drug hotels. Some of those guys, they feel like they had the power over people. They'll come in there and have sex with your wife. I assume it's not right in front of you. They come in your house, I like that, and just take your family's picture out of the frame and just keep the frame because they like it. Come in your house, pat your daughter on the ass. That would not surprise me. He got to be horny as hell. Well, I don't know if 80-year-old people get horny, but he was paying porn stars and prostitutes and all these escorts and all this shit. Although most of them didn't have the balls to come forward. It probably paid off. Stormy did. Stormy weather. Stormy came forward, but he ain't been having no sex because too many eyes on him. Right? Is he going to be an old hound dog now? I know Melania is hoping he does. He don't come crawling all over me, honey. You're going to still have the eyes on you, Trump. But he likes to get away with it. So he'll do it anyway. He don't give a damn. Andrew Johnson, John Taylor, and Nixon. Trump is not even close. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that, RJ Supreme. No, I don't agree with that, brother. I don't see how Trump has done anything but cut taxes for rich people. I think he is the worst. He has been an ardent bigot the whole time he's been in there. He has cut ties with all of the allies all across the world. He has made friends with all of the worst people in the world, the dictators. He has kissed the ass of Putin for all the world to see. I mean, he is he's got to be the worst president that ever lived. If other presidents were worse than that, they should have been killed, honey. I can't imagine anybody being worse. He's done absolutely nothing he's been nothing but tooting his own horn the whole time he's been in there. He's been under investigation from the very first week he took office. He has fired people. He fired the head of the FBI because he wouldn't play ball with him. He walked across the stage on television in front of the world trying to shake Comey's hand when it was totally inappropriate. He was so hungry to have an encounter with him because the only time he could have that encounter was before the cameras because he had no business meeting with the head of the FBI. It was not his position. This man is the absolute worst. He is stolen. I mean, he paid $700 in taxes. All this bullshit. He talked about taxes and welfare mothers and all the poor and keeping the neighborhood safe and all this bullshit. And this motherfucker ain't paying him $700 worth of taxes. I mean, even what was it? 15 years he hadn't probably paid any taxes at all. Nothing. While he's riding around in Rolls Royces and sitting in gold chairs. This person was horrible. Look at what he did to those Mexican people. Those were human beings. Look what he did to those Mexican children. How you going to take children from their mother? He did that, honey. He spent all that goddamn money on this stupid ass wall that nobody wants. So now I guess they got to leave whatever they built up, which wasn't all that much. A total waste of political. Donald Trump talked about that wall for the first 3 years of his presidency. That was his primary thing, right? Is anybody going to say it never happened? We never wanted it. Nobody wanted it. People weren't mad at Mexican people. He dug into the most racist people in this country because they're afraid of losing whatever the fuck leverage they got, whatever. He is the one that made Mexican people the enemy. There was a murder here in San Francisco. One murder. You know how many people are killed every day in the United States? He made it seem like all the Mexicans had killed this one woman. And then the guy didn't even get convicted of it. He wasn't even the one guilty. He wasn't even the guilty party. How in the hell is anything good about him? There's nothing good about Donald Trump. Nothing. He hasn't done a shit for nobody but himself. So you know more about history than I do, brother, but I would question that. I don't see how anybody could be a worse president than him. He was more like he wasn't a real president. He just played one on TV. At least Nixon did accomplish things before they caught his ass, and all he really did was spy on his opponents. Look at what Trump does. Then he was actually impeached. We went all the way through the whole impeachment process. He knew Biden was going to win back then. 2 years ago. Gonna make it all about the man's son. Had a plan, and look at him now. He won't even leave gracefully. Donald Trump. He's still trying to talk about turning over the damn election. Of course, we know now that this is all some kind of money scheme of his where he's still collecting money. But just the thought of it. Going to court 30, 35 times, and you want to put the people through another trial of this goddamn election? I mean, you want to take it to the Supreme Court? Has anybody sided with you, Trump? Anybody? No, I would have to say that's the worst president in the United States. Certainly in my lifetime. I don't know how bad them other dudes were, but they didn't have all the resources that he has now. He had he could have had all the best generals, all the best people in the world were at his disposal. He fought all of them. He fought the FBI. He fought the CIA. He fought all of his intelligence agencies. Everything. There was always liars. All the media, every single channel, even got down to Fox. the ones who kissed his ass the whole 5 years, they're all liars. It's all fake news. The only one tells the truth is Trump. And then Trump is the one we caught over 3,000 lies. A lot more than 3,000 lies. How many lies was it? Who knows? 3,000 lies live on camera with the mic open. When I stopped paying attention to it. No, I can't imagine anybody worse than that. Unless you had a president up there murdering people or something. The way he treated Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is America. The way he treated any place had anything to do with any minorities. And now he's even leaving office, but he want to make sure that we don't send no money to Africa. What the fuck you care? You're gone. Stick it to him one more time. He can't depart. He gonna be investigated, child. New York State is not through with his ass. That's a state. Yeah, that's a state case. They're gonna find it hard to put a president in jail, whatever. So he gonna throw everybody around him under the bus. They're all going under the bus, honey. They're gonna blame everybody else so he can stay out of prison, which is where he belongs. Trump was supposed to be in prison years before he ran for president. Years. The misunderstood 78. You have 2 Black American biological parents, nothing biracial. It's okay to be biracial if you are. It's okay to be whoever you are. People always put down everybody else. I mean, if it weren't for biracial people, we wouldn't have Barack or Kamala. Right? Let's keep it real. Invalidating people. They're just that. Why can't we just judge people for being who they are, honey? Whoever. You got Taquani's father. So what? Anyway, I'm all in people's conversation now. Lord have mercy. I ain't touching that one, free thinker. Nobody. He said Pump said his puppet Kemp should quit the governor's office. RJ Supreme, I'm sorry, brother. We agree on a lot of stuff. I just can't with you with this one. I'm sorry. So he told his boy to quit. So he would. He gonna go down to Florida, trying to hold on to the Senate, and he gonna do nothing down there campaigning for himself. I'm looking all cute. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Happy New Year's, people. Oh, I didn't mean to steal your New Year's Eve. Y'all go and check in with all these people. Now you know that Brianna Saprone is having a New Year's party. I don't know who all the other people are, but I'm going to go and look around some other places. I guess it's going to get ready to be New Year's. Thanks for coming in, people. I hope I didn't bore y'all with my recap of the year. That was more for me, I think, than anything. All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a happy New Year. Let's pray the next one is better than the last one.